What happens when once thriving cities become places Americans avoid? In 2025, certain cities are seeing their populations shrink as rising costs, crime, and job instability push people to greener pastures. These cities, once bustling with opportunity, are now facing an exodus that's reshaping their future. Today, we're counting down the 10 cities where Americans are simply not moving to anymore. From economic struggles to natural disasters, these cities are grappling with challenges that are hard to ignore. And before we get started, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more engaging content. Let's take a look. Number 10. San Francisco, California. San Francisco, once the crown jewel of innovation, is now struggling to attract new residents. The median home price remains a staggering $1.3 million, and rents average over $3,400 for a one-bedroom apartment, making it one of the most expensive cities in the country. For many, the dream of living in San Francisco has turned into a financial nightmare. The tech exodus has further hit the city hard, with companies and employees relocating to more affordable states like Texas and Colorado. Remote work has given professionals the freedom to escape the Bay Area's sky-high living costs while keeping their Silicon Valley salaries. This shift has left parts of the city eerily empty. The homelessness crisis is another glaring issue, with over 7,000 individuals living on the streets as of 2025. Combined with a rising property crime rate of 6,175 incidents per 100,000 residents, San Francisco's once iconic neighborhoods feel less safe and inviting. Even its vibrant cultural scene is struggling to thrive amidst these challenges. Infrastructure issues, including outdated public transit systems like BART, have further disillusioned residents. Long commutes and deteriorating services are pushing people to reconsider life in the city. While San Francisco still boasts beautiful views and rich history, it's no longer the magnet it once was. San Francisco remains a tourist hotspot, but for many Americans, it's a place to visit, not to live. High costs and growing instability have made it a city people are actively avoiding. For now, the city by the bay feels like it's teetering on the edge. Number 9. Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, the former Motor City, continues to struggle in 2025, despite efforts to revitalize its economy. The city's population has dropped to just under 640,000, a sharp decline from its peak of 1.8 million in the 1950s. This decline reflects ongoing challenges with poverty, unemployment, and urban decay. The city's job market remains weak, with unemployment hovering around 8.2%, nearly double the national average. While some industries like tech and manufacturing are making small comebacks, they're not enough to attract significant numbers of new residents. Many young professionals are opting for cities with stronger economies and more stable opportunities. Detroit's housing market, while affordable, is marred by abandoned properties and crumbling neighborhoods. The median home price is just $74,000, but many houses require extensive repairs due to years of neglect. For families looking to settle, these conditions are a major deterrent. Crime remains a major issue, with Detroit's violent crime rate sitting at 2,248 incidents per 100,000 residents, more than 5 times the national average. Despite efforts to improve policing and community safety, the city's reputation continues to suffer. This makes it hard to attract newcomers seeking a secure environment. While Detroit's cultural and artistic revival shows promise, it's not enough to outweigh its economic and social challenges. For now, the city remains a tough sell for Americans looking to relocate. Detroit has potential, but it still has a long road ahead. Number 8. Chicago, Illinois. Chicago, once a bustling Midwest hub, is seeing more people leave than arrive in 2025. The city's population has been shrinking for several years, with an estimated net loss of over 45,000 residents in 2024 alone. Rising crime rates and high taxes are two of the biggest factors driving people away. Violent crime in Chicago continues to make headlines, with a rate of 884 incidents per 100,000 residents. While the city is working to improve safety, the perception of danger remains a significant deterrent for potential newcomers. Downtown areas that once thrived are now less bustling as businesses and residents relocate. Housing costs, though lower than in cities like New York or San Francisco, are still rising. The median home price in Chicago is around $315,000, and property taxes in Illinois are among the highest in the nation. For many middle-class families, these costs make suburban or out-of-state living far more appealing. Infrastructure woes, from pothole-filled roads to an aging public transit system, add to the city's challenges. The Chicago Transit Authority, CTA, has struggled to maintain reliable services, frustrating daily commuters. Coupled with harsh winters, the city's quality of life is taking a hit. While Chicago's food scene and cultural attractions remain world-class, they're not enough to stop the exodus. The Windy City is losing its shine as a place to live, even as it remains a great place to visit. For now, it's a city that many Americans are steering clear of. Number 7. New Orleans, Louisiana. New Orleans is a city with unparalleled charm, but in 2025, it's struggling to retain residents. The city's vulnerability to natural disasters, particularly hurricanes, has made it a risky place to settle. Hurricane Ida in 2021 and subsequent storms have left many neighborhoods in a constant state of recovery. The job market is another weak point, with unemployment sitting at 5.8%, higher than the national average. While tourism and hospitality remain key industries, they're also some of the most unstable during economic downturns. This lack of stability makes it difficult for residents to build long-term futures. Housing costs in New Orleans have risen, with the median home price now at $278,000. While still affordable compared to other cities, the cost of insurance due to flood risks adds another financial burden. Many families are choosing to leave for areas with fewer environmental hazards and better opportunities. Crime rates in New Orleans are alarmingly high, with a violent crime rate of 1,121 incidents per 100,000 residents. Combined with underfunded public services and infrastructure issues, the city's appeal as a livable destination has diminished. Even its historic charm and vibrant culture can't completely mask these challenges. New Orleans remains a beloved tourist destination, but for those looking to settle down, it's losing its luster. The risks and uncertainties outweigh the rewards for many Americans. The Big Easy isn't as easy to live in as it used to be. Number 6. Portland, Oregon. Portland, once a haven for young creatives and outdoor enthusiasts, is losing its allure in 2025. The city's population growth has stagnated, with fewer people moving in each year. Rising housing costs, with a median home price of $520,000, are a significant factor driving this trend. Portland's homelessness crisis has become one of its defining issues, with over 6,000 people living on the streets. Efforts to address the problem have been slow, leaving many neighborhoods visibly affected. This has tarnished the city's reputation as a progressive and welcoming place to live. Crime rates, while not the highest in the nation, have risen in recent years, with property crimes like theft and vandalism being particularly common. Public transit, once a point of pride, has become overcrowded and unreliable, frustrating residents. Combined with the city's infamous rainy weather, it's no wonder people are leaving. Wildfire seasons in Oregon have added another layer of stress for residents, with smoky summers becoming an annual occurrence. Air quality issues and the looming threat of evacuations are pushing many to reconsider life in the region. Remote work opportunities have also made it easier for people to relocate to sunnier, more affordable areas. While Portland still has a thriving arts and food scene, these attractions aren't enough to offset its growing challenges. The city that once symbolized creativity and opportunity is now struggling to retain its population. For many, Portland's charm has faded in the face of its mounting problems. Number 5. Los Angeles, California. Los Angeles has long been a beacon of opportunity, but in 2025, it's a city more people are leaving than moving to. The high cost of living is the primary deterrent, with the median home price sitting at $800,000 and average rent for a one-bedroom apartment exceeding $2,600. Even for those earning good salaries, the financial strain is tough to ignore. Traffic congestion is another persistent issue, with Angelenos spending an average of 62 hours a year stuck in gridlock. Public transportation options are improving, but still fall short of what's needed for a sprawling city. For many, the daily commute is a frustrating and time-consuming ordeal that adds to the city's overall stress. Crime rates in Los Angeles, particularly property crimes, remain a concern for residents. With 2,229 property crimes per 100,000 people, safety is a growing worry in many neighborhoods. The city's ongoing homelessness crisis, with over 41,000 individuals experiencing homelessness in 2025, adds another layer of complexity to urban life. Wildfires and air quality issues are making the city less livable, especially during the dry season. The smoky skies and threat of evacuations have driven many families to seek safer, more stable environments elsewhere. Even Hollywood's allure can't overshadow the challenges of living in LA today. While Los Angeles remains a cultural and entertainment hub, the realities of high costs, safety concerns, and environmental risks are pushing people out. It's still a great place to visit, but for many, it's no longer a great place to call home. Number 4, Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix has seen rapid growth over the past decade, but in 2025, the tide is turning as people start looking elsewhere. The city's sweltering heat, with summer temperatures regularly exceeding 110 degrees Fahrenheit, is becoming harder to endure. With climate change exacerbating these conditions, Phoenix feels less livable each year. The cost of living, while lower than coastal cities, is steadily rising. The median home price in Phoenix is now $450,000, a significant jump from just a few years ago. Rent prices have also climbed, leaving many struggling to find affordable housing in the area. Water scarcity is another major concern for the city, as the Colorado River continues to dry up. Restrictions on water use and uncertainty about long-term sustainability are making residents uneasy about Phoenix's future. For those considering relocation, these environmental challenges are a serious red flag. Crime is also on the rise, with a property crime rate of 2,570 incidents per 100,000 residents. While Phoenix's violent crime rate is relatively low, concerns about theft and vandalism are growing. These factors, combined with limited public transportation options, make life in Phoenix less appealing. Despite its booming tech and healthcare industries, Phoenix is starting to lose its edge as a destination for new residents. The extreme weather and environmental risks are enough to make many reconsider their options. The Valley of the Sun is becoming a tougher sell. Number 3, St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis is another city that's losing its appeal, with population declines continuing into 2025. The city's violent crime rate remains one of the highest in the nation, at 1,927 incidents per 100,000 residents. This alarming statistic has made safety a top concern for those considering moving to the area. Economic challenges also persist, with St. Louis struggling to attract new industries and create jobs. The unemployment rate is higher than the national average, sitting at 6.1%. For young professionals and families, the limited career opportunities are a significant drawback. Housing in St. Louis is affordable, with a median home price of just $182,000, but the trade-off is often a lack of amenities and infrastructure. Many neighborhoods are still grappling with abandoned properties and urban blight, which detract from the city's overall appeal. These issues are driving even long-time residents to the suburbs. Public schools in St. Louis are another challenge, with many families opting for private schools or relocating to areas with better educational options. This has created a cycle where families with the means to leave are taking their tax dollars and investments elsewhere. The city's efforts to revitalize are falling short in retaining its population. St. Louis has a rich history and cultural scene, but these positives are often overshadowed by its ongoing challenges. The gateway to the West is no longer the gateway to new opportunities for many Americans. It's a city in need of a major turnaround. Number 2, Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland has seen better days, and in 2025, it's still struggling to attract new residents. The city's population has dipped below 370,000, a far cry from its industrial heyday. Job opportunities remain limited, with an unemployment rate of 6.4%, well above the national average. The housing market, while affordable with a median home price of $125,000, is marked by aging properties and declining neighborhoods. For many, the low costs don't outweigh the challenges of finding quality housing and amenities. Urban decay continues to be a significant hurdle for Cleveland's revival. Crime is another issue, with Cleveland's violent crime rate at 1,517 incidents per 100,000 residents. This has created a perception of the city as unsafe, further discouraging potential newcomers. Efforts to improve community safety have been slow to show results, leaving many residents frustrated. Public services, including transportation and education, are also falling short. Many families find the city's school system underfunded and underperforming, prompting them to look for better options elsewhere. These challenges have left Cleveland lagging behind more dynamic cities in the Midwest. While Cleveland's cultural assets, like its renowned museums and sports teams, are highlights, they're not enough to offset its economic and social struggles. For now, Cleveland remains a city that's losing more people than it's gaining. It's a tough spot for a place with so much potential. Number 1. Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore tops the list as the city Americans are avoiding most in 2025. The city's crime rate is a major factor, with a violent crime rate of 1,859 incidents per 100,000 residents. This ongoing issue has made safety a significant concern for both current and prospective residents. Economic challenges are also driving people away, with unemployment at 5.7% and limited opportunities for career growth. While Baltimore has made efforts to attract tech and healthcare jobs, these industries haven't expanded enough to offset the losses in traditional sectors like manufacturing. Housing costs, while not as high as in nearby Washington, D.C., are still burdensome for many residents. The median home price is $325,000, and property taxes in Maryland are among the highest in the country. Combined with high utility costs, living in Baltimore can feel financially overwhelming. Public schools in Baltimore are often ranked among the lowest in the nation, prompting families to seek better options elsewhere. Infrastructure issues, including aging roads and unreliable public transportation, further detract from the city's livability. These factors are creating a cycle of population decline that's hard to break. While Baltimore's historic neighborhoods and waterfront areas remain beautiful, they can't fully mask the city's struggles. For many Americans, the risks and challenges outweigh the rewards of living here. Charm City is losing its charm as more residents head for the exits. That's today's list. Did your city make the cut? Let us know in the comments what challenges you think are driving people away and how these cities can turn things around. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out one of the videos popping up now. Thanks for watching, and as always, be nice to each other.